Hi, my name is Kris and I'm speaking to you from sunny Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right, and I'm Allan Galang from Vancouver, Canada, and we're here today because we just want to chit-chat with you for a few minutes and share a little bit of information with you that we think is really crucial, really important, and really can really help get you to that next stage in your home business and your network marketing program. And to help me do that, I actually invited Kris onto this call. So before we get started, Kris, thanks a lot, man, for being here and just sharing some of your insight with us.
Oh, no problem. Thanks so much for your time, Allan.
Yeah, not a problem at all. So if anything, let's kick this off. What is the topic that you want to discuss and educate your audience about today?
The main thing is I wanted to talk about what sort of traits, what sort of characteristics that you can find among the top network marketers. And I've been speaking to so many top performers within the industry, and they all say the same thing, that they basically have two traits that make them very successful in business.
Good stuff. Yeah, and that's important. Folks, if you're out there and you're looking for a home-based business, I'm sure you know by now that it's really important not just to get involved with a good company and a good product, although that's important too, but what's essentially really going to get you to that next level in your career, get money in your pocket, is the right kind of people who you can associate with that can teach you the kind of skills that you need to develop for yourself. So Kris, start us off. What is that set or that priority characteristic that all successful home business owners have that you want to discuss and tell people and have them aware about?
Yeah, definitely. The first characteristic that they have is having the very strong leadership qualities. They basically have the ability to inspire people to follow them and go a certain direction that's to the benefit of all people. So definitely having those strong leadership skills where you can inspire and motivate people to just follow you wherever you go.
Gotcha.
That's a very key skill.
Gotcha. Yeah, leadership is really important. Now, obviously, you've got a good idea in terms of the terminology of leadership in this context. Some people will ask me, and maybe you can answer this, because I'm sure some people might be asking, what is the difference between, let's say, a manager at a job and a leader that's here in network marketing?
One of the key differences I noticed, because I had an opportunity to work both in the corporate sector and within a network marketing business,
right.
and I'm able to make that sort of distinction. What I noticed with managers within a corporation, they just basically give out orders and they sort of mention this is what you need to do without explaining why you need to do it in the first place. So they just basically give out tasks. Whereas a leader steps in, he or she steps into a group of people and says, this is where we're going to be headed over the next, few years. So 5 years from now, this is where we want to be. This is how we're going to go do it. And if we have your commitment, if you want to join me, follow along. And that's where you can sort of sense this magnetism and magic about them. It's really hard to explain it, but then when you see someone who has those leadership abilities, you'll get this feeling that, wow, I just need to follow this person. I just want to join, that person and be associated with him or her.
Yeah, it's really true. Like, they're just naturally attractive people because it's not just them that they're thinking about, but they're also, they've got that ability to be charming or to be friendly or just kind of make you feel good when you're around them. They kind of give you that feeling of hope, and obviously you've recognized that, and that's probably why you decided to be here, because it's a lot easier to go and work for yourself and make money when you're surrounded by people who can inspire you to work harder instead of just forcing you to do something that maybe you don't even want to do.
Exactly. And then also that was one of the reasons why I joined the network marketing business. I mentioned this in my other video of why I got into network marketing. I had no idea what this industry was, but I've noticed that one of my good friends felt more positive and more enthusiastic, and I wanted to know why, what caused him to have all these changes. And then he told me to come to a meeting, and when I got to that meeting, I was just so impressed by the two people who gave the presentation, and I just said, these are the type of people I want to associate with, and I want to, get to their level one of these days.
And obviously you can, because you've got the right personality for it. And if anything, I know there might be some people out there that might be looking at you right now and thinking, well, you know what, Kris, you sound like a really good guy, and you sound like you know exactly what you're talking about, and it sounds like you know what you want. But yeah, for sure. There's a lot of people out there that aren't there yet. There's a lot of individuals that are kind of getting to that stage, and part of getting to that stage requires that they learn the aspects and the steps towards becoming a better and more effective leader. You know, based on your own experiences, Kris, and this is just in your honest opinion, if someone said, okay, Kris, I get it, I got to go and start learning some leadership skills, what would you recommend somebody to do in order to get the right information on how to train themselves to become a better leader?